Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to DC Fans United. So today I am doing a special double shot review. I'm going to be reviewing Convergence Catwoman number 1 and number 2. So I'm really excited to do this review because I actually tried to do this once before. I was also outside, as I am now, and it started raining, so I had to cut that review short. But I am glad I get to talk about it now. So this story, Convergence, seems to get a lot of hate from people. It's kind of like the New 52, where people just, in general, have a bad idea about it. So I think the tie-ins, though, a lot of them are actually really good. In particular, I like the tie-ins more than the main story. So Convergence Catwoman's pretty neat, and I'm going to title the video something like Convergence Catwoman is the hero that we deserve. And the reason I'm going to do that, and you'll see throughout this, is she definitely acts more like a hero than a villain, although she starts off with a little normal Catwoman mischief. So we're going to start off. I'm going to skip ahead and show you who worked on this. So the writer is Justin Gray. The art is by Ron Randall. The color is by Gabe Eltib. And the letters are by Pat Brosho. So, yeah, it's called Schrodinger's Cat, too, which I thought was funny. So anyways, it's pretty interesting, and like all of these Convergence stories, the tie-ins, they show you a little bit on the first kind of inside of the cover. So it gives you a bit of an idea of what's going on. So in this case, it's going to be pre-Zero Hour Metropolis versus Metropolis from Kingdom Come. So one of your first questions is probably like, if it's Metropolis, why is it about Catwoman? Well, because Catwoman was here in Metropolis to steal some gems from this rich lady. But when she gets there, there's already a gang of hoodlums, and it's interesting, it's an all-female gang, and they're like roller derby. So they're there, and they want to steal the jewels. Or actually, they were going to kidnap the Harris, but Catwoman just wants to steal the necklace. So anyways, she fights and takes down all of the, kidnappers, would-be kidnappers. And the Harris that she rescues isn't grateful at all. And then the security comes in and is going to try and, take her down. So she leaves. I always kind of been a fan of the purple Catwoman costume, too. And I thought it was interesting, too, that, what was I going to say? Oh, the coloring on this is really good. I like the colors throughout. That's why I wasn't sure if it was by hi-fi or an actual person, so I thought it was cool it was a person. So anyways, while she's there, the Convergence begins, so the dome comes down around her version of Metropolis. And this is really hardcore. They don't show this in most of these issues, but Metropolis is so big that when the dome comes down, it cuts through a lot of the buildings. And this is where you see right off the bat that Catwoman's a good person. She says, "Oh my God, those people!" So if she was a villain, she wouldn't care. So it says Metropolis 1 year later. So these guys that look like soldiers are actually bad guys, and they came to this poorer part of the city just to hunt like poor people. But Catwoman, she's the hero of the story. She's like not having it, and I liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. I like the street level stuff, to be honest. But anyways, they're wearing night vision, so she does the old turn on a bright light. They can't see. She takes them down. That's like believable too, especially with her level of fighting. And these are just some numbskulls. They have tactical gear, but they're just out there to hunt people. So then this is a cool page. I like the way she's drawn, as you might imagine. I know in comics they make the legs a little too long sometimes, compared to real life. But I see that style so much that I actually like it. So yeah, then the regular citizens come out and they're talking to her. Oh, and this was one thing, okay, I thought was a little dumb on her part, but I'm sure it makes sense in some ways. But anyways, she knocks out all those guys, and then these guys come out and they're like, well, it's not really her that says it. That's my mistake. It's this guy. So this guy's like, well, why don't we take the guns from those guys for protection? And the guy's like, guns only make things worse, Tino. Besides, we have Catwoman looking out for us. Yeah, but, maybe if you defended yourselves, you wouldn't have to rely solely on Catwoman, so I'm with Tino on that one. They should have Catwoman and have guns and help her. So what's happened to, which is one thing I really like about these Convergence tie-ins. This is going to be a long video. I like this comic. But anyways, one thing I really find interesting is how the people adapt to life under the dome. So in this instance, the mob took over, and they were really, well, it was this guy in particular. He was really clever, and he knew that under a dome, the things that are really important are going to be things like medicine and doctors and food. You know, money was certainly not worth that. So he went and captured all of the scientists and doctors he could, and he's got them just making like antibiotics and stuff. Then there's a page of him doing some gangster stuff. So, you know, he's a bad guy. You know, it's a comic book. He feeds the guy to some piranhas. And then Catwoman's out on patrol. She's essentially Batman in this story, which is all right with me. I liked it a lot. The art's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, one of her friends who's a doctor has been kidnapped by the mob, so that's what she's doing now. So she goes to this like tenement that's been fortified, and they've got a bunch of prisoners in there. She uses another thing that was like Batman. She's got these little gadgets and stuff. So she throws in like a, you know, a flashbang grenade compression bomb kind of thing. And then she's like, everyone remain calm. I'll be in and out of here in 2 minutes tops. So she kicks the guy with the guns, and she finds her friend. And she's like, Catwoman, thank God. It's, you know, it's pretty exciting. She uses a grappling hook and takes off. Straight up Batman stuff. You know, I mean, she's kind of the female Batman, but here's the thing. There are enough differences between her story and Batman's that I think they're really different characters. And just calling Catwoman the female Batman would be silly. So anyways, we're almost done with this issue, because the villain's speaking now and says, citizens of my world, today your captivity turns to competition. Only the strong will survive this day. So this city and another city have to fight, which is the gimmick in all of these tie-ins. Let me see all the different versions. So it's this villain that Brainiac made, I guess, named Telos. This guy. He took all the cities. So anyways, Catwoman now has to fight Kingdom Come Metropolis. So Kingdom Come, Batman shows up. It's like, hey, Catwoman. So then there's 2 pages at the end, which are really good, and all these Convergence tie-ins have these, is basically a run-through of her whole history. So that's really sweet, good to have. And issue ends. Alright, so we're going to move on to issue 2. That's another thing I like about these, is they're, you know, 2 shots. It's like one and done. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so then we see this. This is kind of like not provocative exactly, but, you know, it's got some energy to it, this cover. So anyways, there's Kingdom Come Batman and Catwoman. Pretty cool. So, let's see, they are basically just talking. You know, even though they're supposed to fight, they don't do that right away. And Batman's got his tech, he's scanning, you know, and sees, oh, this is really cool too, because they're from different time periods. So he's noting all of the different, you know, technological differences, like with the Wi-Fi signals and stuff. So anyways, he's, you know, they're still after her for rescuing that doctor. So bad guys show up that are, you know, after her. They shoot. Batman's blocking the bullets. Oh yeah, flies at him. Classic Batman. She takes off, you know, uses her whip to get away. Batman takes all those thugs down easy, which I believe. Catwoman's still running. He's still fighting. And then she's like, I gotta help. You gotta take off, Doc. So then, let's see. Oh yeah. This was kind of weird, I thought, but she didn't know what Batman's intentions were, so she throws this little bomb at him. And he's like, oh, I'm getting old. I should have dodged that, because he is, you know, he's Kingdom Come Batman. He is like an older version. So he does get hit with that thing. It's like an EMP, takes out his power, and he hits the wall and slides and goes flying off, but doesn't kill him. Catwoman's all hardcore, jumps down, lands right on him. And then she just starts talking. And is like about how they're from different realities, and basically she just wants to be on the same side. Meanwhile, his suit was powering up, so he just sits up, and he's like, I don't take orders from anyone, but he means that about the villain, so he doesn't want to fight either. So that's kind of cool. And then they're given a mutual enemy anyway, because the gangsters that run this town show up and they're like, well, we want to win, so Batman's got to die. And Catwoman's like, no way. I'm just kind of giving a rough, it's not word for word what she says. Let's see. She says, I don't like that idea. How about Batman and I kick? And then they're just like, thank you. Don't thank me. I was being polite. I don't trust you. I don't know. The dialogue's not necessarily always the best, but it's a cool little story overall. So, you get the idea. They team up to fight the gangsters, take them down. I mean, for a two-shot story, they set up a good little bad guy here. I didn't talk about everything he does, but he's actually got some tech from Intergang. So that's what we see here. He takes it off, and he's got all this powerful stuff. So he swats down Catwoman, and it's like, oh man, no. But then Batman punches him. It's basically a fight. They fight, but he leaves his back exposed. And this is a full-page splash page. It looks pretty good. But she just kicks it's his power source for that thing, apparently, for his suit. So he's powered down, and he's toast. So then, turn of events, turns out these guys, the regular citizens, now picked up the guns, and they're like, we don't want our city to be destroyed, so Batman has to die. Doesn't she just look beautiful? Maybe that's why I like this issue so much. But anyways, she steps in front of Batman's like, you aren't shooting him. I've been protecting you all this time. And then the earthquake starts, so the people panic, and one guy does shoot. And she jumps in front of him. And it's like, no, don't kill my waifu. But sadly, she has been shot. You can kind of see the blood on the purple. And she says, it's up to Batman to save the city. And he just says, I'll promise, I'll try. So the end is a little weird because it's kind of unresolved. Like most of these, it shows which city is destroyed at the end. So I don't know, it's weird. And then there's a pretty thick bonus at the end for Divergence, which I haven't checked out this event, but it came after Convergence. And what is this? This has got some good art. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy. Okay. So yeah, getting off topic, but this Divergence comic, Divergence Gotham by Midnight. Huh. I don't know, I like the art. Let's see. Oh, what are we doing here? Oh man. Oh yeah, this is when Commissioner Gordon was Batman, maybe? There's some weird stuff in the New 52. Getting into some zombie stuff. I don't know. So, that's that. So anyways, let me know down in the comments what you thought. I like this issue. There's a lot of cool Convergence tie-ins I've done reviews of in the past, including Convergence Wonder Woman and the Titans and a number of others. So, be sure and check those out if you're interested, and be sure and subscribe if you aren't subscribed. It helps me out a lot. I'm trying to grow the channel. And, hit the bell for notifications. I do videos basically every day, so, you might as well check them out if you like it. Alright, that's enough, I guess, shilling for myself. Really appreciate it. That's why I say thank you at the end of every video. So thank you for watching and being a part of DC Fans United.